Today we're playing with the amazing squishy brain. We're going to put it all together and it's going to be an actual model of a human brain. Players playing with the squishy human brain should be 8 and older. So let's get opening our squishy human brain. When I touch through the package here, I can feel how squishy it's going to be already. It comes with a book in the front pocket here. Oops. Let's see, how does that come out? Oh, it's taped in here. All right, so this is our Smart Lab Heads Up book. Let's see what's inside. It's all in your head. Some of the parts that are included in the box and what they do, how to put everything together, and then some learning about the brain, all the different lobes of the brain and what they do, neurons, touch with touch, that's about your senses and how that works in your brain, seeing, memories. Wow, this is really cool, and that's about the cerebellum, which is the front part of the brain. Or I'm sorry, no, that's the back part of the brain. The frontal lobe is the brain's basement, where all of the important things take place, like breathing and your heartbeat and all the things you don't think about doing. How laugh and fear work. Wow, that's really cool. All right, so let's see about our squishy brain. Got some tape back here. All right, that's everything in the box. So we've got all of our brain pieces here. Look at that box to stand up over there. Oh, stay over there. So we have all of our brain pieces, and we have our skull, and then we have all our surgical tools here. And it sounds like there might be more inside the box. So let's get this box open. What does this one open at? Here. Oh, okay, so these are the head plates and the stand. And we'll just take out all of our instruments now. Ooh, there's even a scalpel. You can feel like a real brain surgeon. Check that out. Careful though. It's just plastic, but it looks real. Okay, so remember the front of our book said how everything goes together. Let's see here. So this is the base, and it says that we're going to put things together in anatomical order. Let's get all our brain pieces out. Gosh, they are heavy, and they're taped a lot. A lot of places. There we go. Okay, so first of all, let's take a close look at all of our brain pieces. Ooh, they're so squishy. Oh, this is so squishy. Check this out. You can see all the folds in the brain. The inside. Ooh, that's squishy. All right, let's look at this piece. Let's look at this piece. Ooh. one looks like brain stem, and it's pretty hard plastic, except right here, it's all squishy. Okay, another important part of the brain. Inside is plastic. The rest of it's all squishy. And then another big piece of brain. Ooh, look at that one. That one's coming apart. Everything is super squishy. Look at that. Super squishy here. It feels so cool. Now the last part in our package is actually the spinal cord. This is our spinal cord, and you can see the plastic ties are holding all the vertebrae together. I am going to take those apart now. Okay, so now all the vertebrae will come apart. They are not squishy, they're more hard. And in the instructions it says that the first thing we're going to do is place the vertebrae in the stand. So I brought you guys a little closer and down at more level so that you can see how we're putting it all together. I've only done step one, which is to put the spinal cord into the base and make sure that the notches match up. That way it's nice and sturdy with all the vertebrae in place. So next we're going to take the occipital lobe and we're going to match up this little square hole here onto our spinal cord. There we go. And that's going to be the back of our brain. Now, how else do we do it? It says step 3, press the pegs of the right temporal bone into the holes on the right side of the occipital bone as shown, then attach the left side. So I believe that's these two pieces. So we'll take how does it go? There we go. So they fit together like that. So now I'm going to take, it will be the right one. This one's going to go in here. There we go. That was pretty simple. Everything kind of just fits together along these sides with little peg and hole kind of things. All right, so we have the base of our skull together. Now step 4, press the pegs of the face piece onto the holes in the skull in progress. All right, so this would be our face piece. So it says these pegs are supposed to go into these holes. Oh, I don't know that they necessarily fit correctly. All right, let me take a closer look here. Okay, so you're just supposed to put the eye piece on. That was what was confusing me. Whew, the whole thing came apart there. Okay. Get back on your spinal cord, please. Okay, so we've got a half skull here, and now we're turning the page onto step number 5. So these squishy pieces that we looked at earlier are the cerebellum, and it says you're going to stick these two pieces together. Now they'll come apart, they're not glued, they're just really sticky, so they would like to stick to each other. So now we have a cerebellum. Now it says take the two bottom pieces of the cerebrum and put those together. Okay, so there's a peg here. Oh, there we go. Now they're sticking together. So there's a peg in between these two that makes them fit together. My book is kind of folding up here. Let's get it open some more so you guys can see while I'm following the directions. All right, so now we put the two cerebrum pieces together. And the two pieces of the brain stem should go side by side, like so. Hold the brainstem together and scoop it into place at the top of the cerebrum. Okay, so it's gonna scoop into place like that. See how that works? It comes out and then it goes right back in there. All right, and fit the bottom of the cerebrum to the top as shown. So now the bottom of the brain is going to come together like that. Oh, look at that. It looks like a brain and it's still super squishy. And it says fit this around the brain stem. This is the cerebellum. Look at that. It's a human brain. And then all of this goes into our skull. Like so. Did you think that your head was so full of brains? Because it is. Look at that. Now we just have to match up the plates of the top of the head and the jaw to finish our human anatomy brain guy. So I'm having just a little trouble getting all the pieces to kind of match up here. I see where they do because they're all holes and pegs and it's very easy, but you do have to apply a little bit of force. So you'll have to forgive the little fissures here along the side. I kind of wanted to show you something, so I don't want to put it all together and make it hard for me to put back together. So now we have to put the jaw and the mandible on. So attach the rubber band to the hook on the underside of the skull. Oh, there was a rubber band in here. Good thing I read the directions. So there's going to be, okay, there's some hooks here inside the skull. Ooh, this is a little bit complicated, you guys. It's getting heavy now that our brain is fully assembled in there. So we've got the rubber band in place, and then you're supposed to hook it around the two. So it's going to go up like this, and then the rubber band's going to come down. Ooh. I only have so many fingers to do that. I'm going to try turning them upside down and see if that's a little bit easier for me to get at the rubber band. See, the rubber band's down in here, and then you're supposed to pull it up and put it around the little hooks inside the mandible. But my fat fingers are in the way. Got one down. Let's see, can I get the other one down? There we go. All right, now my brain's coming apart. Oh boy, I'm all sorts of a mess. Like I said, I wanted to show you guys something, so I don't want to like clip all these together. All right, so you can see how this works. Now you have your man with his working mandible, because it's a rubber band, his eyes, his spinal cord. He's got C1, C2, C3, and C4, which is your cervical spine or your neck bones. Has all the plates for your head. Now, remember how babies have really small heads and they're really soft right here? It's because right here, that's really where 3 of the plates on your brain come together, and that's not all the way together when a baby is born. It has to grow that way when you get older. So that's really cool. And then the book goes on to talk about how your brain develops and what each part of the brain does. So this is super cool. And then we didn't even get into our surgical tools yet. That's why I wanted to keep these loose. Because if you take your brain apart and you want to do brain surgery, you can pretend that you're doing brain surgery. And did you know that in some cases, brain surgeons might have to take out one part of your brain like that, and then your other side of your brain will actually do the job for both sides. Like say if you had a tumor or you had some seizures, sometimes they'll take it out or they'll just separate it, and then your brain compensates because it's so amazing. It's like a big, huge supercomputer. Oh boy. Well, the forceps here are not very well made. I just tried to use them and they broke in half. They did not open up like they were supposed to. So that's a major bummer. But we're going to use my tweezers here. You can take out all the pieces and look at everything really in depth and see how it all goes together, because this is actually how a human brain looks. So guys, I hope you had fun playing with the amazing Squishy Brain from Smart Lab. We just recently were able to play with their human anatomy doll, and that was super cool. I love how they add the squishy portions of this toy. It was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot just reading the book and getting to see it right here in front of me. So as the book is talking about different parts of the brain, you can find it here and you can see what it actually looks like inside your noggin. So guys, if it's your first time stopping by here at Toy Notes, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Also give us a thumbs up if you love these kind of squishy anatomy toys as much as I do. I've been having a lot of fun with these, and I'd love to hear from you guys what you think. And until next time guys, see you soon.